Hello guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining me in today's session. My name is Melbay guy. So in the previous session, we learned about how to take input from a user, store it in a variable, and display the contents of that variable to the user. So let's see, we did this. When I run this program, we get this. Then I enter my name as as let's mark MARQ, and you'll see mark being printed next on the screen so that user will see. So please, I advise you go through that video to learn more and practice more before you join this one. In this session, we'll be looking at expressions. Expressions. Let me clear this screen first. Expressions. So let me actually refresh the page. Is the best thing to do. Yeah, let's clear the screen again. So expression. Now, when we come to session 3 of our programming class, we realize that session 3 of the previous weeks, you realize that we said a program is made up of individual elements. These elements are statements, expressions, variables, data types, and so a lot of stuff. So over here, we've treated statement. We've learned how to construct statements and how to pass it to the computer and how the computer will respond to it. We've learned that one. We've explored more about variables. So now we want to learn about expression. Expressions. What is expression? What is an expression? In our case, when we are programming or when we are writing a program, which part of a program is called an expression? So we said that this program is made up of different elements. We have variables here, we have statements, we have a lot of statements here, and we have expressions inside. So which part of the program is expression or are expressions? So expressions expressions are basically statements. What is statement? A statement is an instruction, but a single line of instruction or a simple instruction or a meaningful instruction that can instruct the computer to do something. A statement can instruct a computer to shut down, and a statement can instruct a computer to I wanted to say shut up. Say shut down, it means shut up to come on. Right? The statement can instruct the computer to turn on or turn off. Okay, you get it. So statement is an instruction, and it's a simple instruction, and it's meaningful. The computer can understand and perform the action. So expressions are basically statements, instructions, which are usually evaluated. That's the main point term. Evaluated, solved, or performed or something. So evaluated or calculated. So evaluated here may mean calculated or solved. Sorry. So expressions are basically statements which are usually evaluated and produces a result. So expressions are evaluated and produces a result. The result may be maybe what the user of the program or software, the user of the software wants. So the results of an expression may be, what is that? Maybe the result of an expression may be the the results of an expression may be what a user, the user of the software or a user of a software is interested in, or the results may be used for further operations or further processing. Get it? So expressions are basically statements or instructions which are usually evaluated and produces a result. So how do we identify an expression? No, this was statement. This thing, this text is not a command. It's not a statement. It's not instruction. That's why we are getting error. Let me take them all off. Because I told you here we write statements or instructions. Anytime we press enter, it's being passed to the computer to perform that action. So we don't just type anything here and press enter, or you get error. So how do you identify statements? We've already learned about variables. So if you have a variable called A and you have another variable called B, so you can declare variables this way. You can declare it here. So far as we have the semicolon here, it separates the commands, it separates the instruction. So the computer will take this one as one instruction, one statement, and take this one as another statement. So you can join them this way. There's no problem. Or you can do it, you can just declare this and give to your computer, then come and declare this and give it to the computer. It means the same thing. That's it. So sometimes you have to choose the shortcut. We have so many shortcuts. Even in cases like where we wanna take inputs from user and store it inside A, instead of declaring the variable A somewhere and coming to say that A is equal to this. So here we've declared the variable and now we are passing whatever is entered inside the variable. We can directly just remove this and make it this way. So here we've declared a variable and we are assigning something to the variable. We are putting data in the variable. So this one too works. It's a shortcut. So you choose the one that works for you. Okay. I don't know. I'm getting a bit of code. So where are we? Okay, so we have two variables. We declare the variable A, then we declare the variable B. So we are looking at how to identify an expression. So we have a memory code A and a memory code B in our computer now. And what we want to do is, what I want to show you is if you see the variable, any of the variable, let's say A, and you see any two or more variables separated by operators. Let's go to the elements that makes up a program. You realize that we have operators, we have arithmetic operators, addition, subtraction, division, and times. This is how we write times or multiplication. This is a symbol for multiplication. This is a symbol for division, symbol for subtraction, and symbol for addition. So we have arithmetic operators. We have logical operators, and we have relational operators. You get it? We have other operators too. So when we see variables, two or more variables being joined together with or being separated by any of these operators, then you can say that, oh, they are expression. So let's say we have our variable A and we are separating it with variable B. We are separating variable A and B. So A plus B. This is an expression. This is a variable, this is a variable, and they're separated by what? An operator which belongs to arithmetic operator. We can have the same thing. We can have A minus B. It's an expression. We can have A times B. Hey, sorry, I'm doing that. Sorry, I just woke up, so um, I'm not feeling my head. This guy is not bad. This hashtag, I'm going to ban it. So you see, so this is an expression, this is an expression, this is an expression. So how do we identify expressions? You realize that when if you want to identify them, you realize that we have some variables being separated by some operators, be it arithmetic operator or logical operator or relational operator. So when you see variables being separated by this or joined by these operators, then you can call the statement an expression. Because expressions are usually being evaluated to produce a result. So A separated by E, where A and B separated by plus. You see, the computer is trying to give us a result here. So the expressions are usually evaluated by the computer, and the results may be used for further processing, or maybe the results the user is interested in. Maybe the reason why the result may be the reason why a user is using a software. The user is interested in the result of an expression of the expression. So A plus B. So that's how we identify expressions. When you see A less than B2, A less than B, or let's say greater than A greater than B. Let's come here. We have logical, we have relational operators. So we have, you see, we have um greater than, greater than. Okay, we have greater than or equal to, and greater than on its own. Let me write down these operators. I think I didn't write them more over there. So relational operators, we have greater than, we have less than, we have equal to, we have greater than or equal to, we have less than or equal to. So this was what I was trying to write over there in section 3. So I left the greater than, the less than. I'm sorry, I left them. So let's say we have A less than B. This is called an expression. Why is it called an expression? We have a variable here, we have another variable here, and we have them being separated by an operator, which is a relational operator. And I said the computer always evaluates expressions. That's why we are having false here. The computer is telling us false. Why is it saying false? Because I don't want to go there. So let's go there. Sorry, my head. So now we know how to identify expressions. So let's go to section 4 of the previous week and see how to identify an expression here. So here we have a variable I. You see, I was declared here, and 0 is inside I at the moment. You can see that. So we have I, and we have our relational operator less than, and we have our variable, another variable n. So we have two variables, variable I and variable n. So it being separated by an operator. So this statement is what? An expression. You get it? This one too is an expression, but it's a weird one. It's a shortcut. I plus 1 is also an expression. So sometimes you can have variable and variable, or you can have a variable and a value, a number, or a variable and a text, or a variable and a decimal number. You get it? So it depends. But how do we determine whether it's an expression? You realize that there are operators separating these guys. So this time we have an addition operator separating these guys. So we have this one here to I is less than n. We have this operator separating these two variables. So that's why we call them expressions. So like I said, expressions are usually evaluated by the computer and produces a result which the user may be interested in, or which we programmers can use for further processing. So let's create a variable. Let's create two variables, variable A, and let's create different variable B. And this time, I want us to put values inside the two variables, or values inside the two memory. If you've been following so far, you know about variables, you know more about variables. So I won't be saying memory. You know that it's memory. So let's put a variable. I want to use terms like technical terms so that you'll be able to understand other programmers when they communicate. You can't always think of it at the basic level. You need to also be able to think of it at the high level. You get it? So I'll say we have two variables, variable A, variable B. So let's assign value to variable A. A is equal to 5. And this is the end of the statement. Let's bring another statement. B is equal to 6. So we have let's check the contents of memory A. We have 5 inside. Let's check the content of memory B. We have 6 inside. Now we are gonna write an expression. So the expression, we're gonna write the first memory A, variable A, and we are gonna separate it with the addition symbol, and we are gonna have say variable B. So you see here, this is an expression. Why is it an expression? We have a variable here, we have a variable here, and they're separated by an operator. You get it? An arithmetic operator. So expressions are usual. So this is an expression, it's a statement. So expressions are statements which are usually evaluated to produce a result. So you can see here, when we pass this expression to the computer will evaluate it or solve it or calculate it and produce a result. You get it? So when we wrote A plus B, the computer has already, before you even send to the computer, sometimes with this tool that we are using, after typing the expression, the computer is being sent as you are typing, it's being sent to the computer, you see. But let's send it to the computer by pressing the enter. So now we have it. So now it's not faded. It means that's come. So A plus B is 11. Get it? So when you pass expressions to the computer evaluates them and gives you a result. The results may be, the user may be interested in the result, or you may need it for further processing. Yeah, get it? So A plus B, we had 11. Why did we get 11? Because inside the memory, this A here, it's a memory. Inside this memory, we have a value 5 inside. Inside this memory B, we have a value 6 inside. So 5 plus 6 is 11. So this is what is actually happening in the computer. So we've written it this way, but behind the scene, this is what is happening. Let's put different variables inside A. A is equal to 20 and B is equal to 15. And let's write an expression A plus B. What do you think will be the result? 35. Get it? So anytime we pass expressions to the computer will evaluate them and give us a result. You get it? So sometimes the result of an expression, we can store the result of an expression inside another variable. So let's create another variable called C. Another variable called C, and let's put the results of A plus B inside. So here, what are we doing? We are going to store the result of A plus B inside the memory C, so that anytime we go to the memory C, we will see the result of A plus B. What is the current value of A? The current value of A is 20. What's the current value of B? The current value of B is 15. So A plus B, 20 plus 15 will be what? 35. We've done it here. So 35 will be stored in C. So anytime we check the content of C, we'll see 35. So let's see. So now we've done it. We've executed this statement. We've sent it to the computer. So the result of this has been stored in C. How do we know? Let's check C. Let's use our alert and put our C inside and print it and see. Oh, 35. So inside C, alert, show me the content of C, the memory C, and it's showing 35. So that's it for this session. In this session, we just wanted to look at expressions. I'm coming. Okay, I'm sorry. So let's practice a bit of these expressions and let's move on to the next one. So we have for A, we have A, and I told you you can also do this. So this type of statement, this is still variable declaration, but what is happening here is we are declaring the variable and we are storing the data inside the variable. So during declaration, you get it? So during variable declaration, we are storing the value inside. We don't want to declare the variable first like this and come back and say, okay, we are putting 5 inside. It's going to be long. So now we have 2 statements. So we have a shortcut. We can join them in one statement by just doing this. So here we've declared our variable A and we are putting a value 5 inside A. So we can do this to shorten our program. Otherwise, the program will be very long. So we have a variable called A, we stored 5 inside. And we have a variable called B, we're storing 6 inside. And we want to write expression A plus B. When we write A plus B and send it to the computer will give us 11. If you write A minus B and send it to the computer will give us what? -1. You send this expression to the computer, the expression A minus B, the computer will give us -1. You send A times B, let's say the computer, we can even send A less than B, and it's giving us true. The value of A is 5, and the value of B, the value inside B is 6. So if we say A is less than B, yeah, it's true. Let's see, is B less than A? Let's see this way. Pause. B 6, A is 5, so B is not less than A, but B is what? Greater than A. Okay, it's true here. So that's it for this session. That's it for expressions. In the next session, we'll be dealing with arithmetic operators. Well, we've already dealt with it. So these are arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators, we have addition, subtraction, division, multiplication. I don't know if you have other operators there, but these are the most basic ones we use. So we were doing them here. So giving values, giving a value for A and giving a value for B, we can use the arithmetic operators to perform operation. We can perform operation on the values. You get it? No, let me do it in a different video. So in the next session, we'll be looking at operation on variables. Operation on variables. Now we've understood expressions. So see you guys later.